to bleach my hair, at least bleach the roots. And for me, my hope is to just get the super dark black to blonde situation covered. I always use this blue bleach, and then I'm using 10 volume because my hope is not to get super blonde. I always do levels and take different steps, but I always use that blue bleach. I do think if you don't use it, at least for me, my hair kind of pulls orange and reddish anyway. That blue bleach has like that element in it so that it kind of tones out the orange a little bit. In my mind, I thought to use some plastic wrap to protect my locks and start in the back instead of starting in the front, and it's because the back of my hair always processes a lot slower than the front. I think it's always been that way, even when I was a loose natural. Just it is what it is. So I want to start from the top to the back, and it's kind of tough because I'm using like 2 mirrors, checking, using the brush, using my hands to kind of make sure that I'm getting where I need to get, but also not overlapping the bleach on other like bleached locks. But I will say this worked for me just because the top lightens a lot slower than the bottom, which is weird, but starting this way helped, and then using the plastic wrap to protect the front was also clutch. Listen, this is what happens when you watch these salon videos on YouTube or whatever, learning all these tips and tricks. I feel like anybody who works in a salon might watch this. I'm so sorry. I know it's a little ratchet, but it did work. So I'm checking the back to see. I did not want to get straight up to the root. I just wanted to get a good majority of the areas that were dark so that I could do like a shadow root, or at least try to get that. So here you can see that definitely helped to make sure that I didn't paint any bleach on the locks in the front. So I really don't know what I'm saying here. But I started again from the top and then working my way down to the bottom, starting with the front pieces first. And it was a lot easier to just dip my fingers in and just paint the bleach on instead of using a brush for some reason. And I guess that's normal for all locks. You're able to just see exactly where the bleach needs to go and get that together a lot easier with your fingers than using a brush. So for the other side, I did clip that plastic wrap just because, again, I wasn't trying to get straight up to the root. Wanted to make sure that I was at least trying my best to protect the other side of my hair so that the bleach I was putting on the locks weren't getting up to the roots or anything. I tried my best. You can see that plastic wrap was starting to slide a little bit, but it did work. I do think if I had a better situation with me clipping it, I was trying to move quickly because that blue bleach does move quick, even with the 10 volume developer. So I was, trying to make sure that I was moving as, you know how it is, or maybe you don't know how it is, but the quick blue bleach does move or lighten quickly. So I was trying to move quickly. Okay, you do have to wait a little bit, get a little dancing while you're waiting. I let this process for a good 15-20 minutes, checking along the way to make sure that nothing was lightening too crazy. You go like a nice light brown. I'm definitely a believer that if you're trying to go blonde, it needs to happen in multiple steps if you care about the health of your hair. I know some people don't, but let's see. So I'm gonna wash this out and see if there's any spots or anything that needs to be lightened just a little bit. I did my best to cover what I could, but there could still be some just in case. I'm gonna shampoo And I always talk about this, but I do use the Bond Bar for shampoo though. I'm not going to use the clarifying shampoo. I'm going to use the Repair Shampoo by Ion. And then I'm going to come back. So I'm going to rinse this out, then shampoo to make sure that I'm getting all of the bleach out. Come back and see if there's any spots that I need to like lighten up just a tad bit more. And then I'm going to follow up with the Bonding Recovery and use the Tone It Down by Eva NYC, and then I'm going to follow all of that up with the Repair. So first step, rinse this out. I'm going to shampoo with this. I'm going to see where everything is, and then I'm going to do the Bonding Recovery. I'm going to process this for like 30 minutes, follow that up with the purple conditioner for 5 minutes, and then follow up with a deep conditioning treatment for another 30 minutes. So it'll be a long process, but it's worth it. We don't want our hair falling off the bone. Okay, you can see it only lifted a few levels, which is what I wanted. Did not want my hair to be like blonde from the root. We're going from like my natural color to brown to blonde, so it's not as harsh. I'm going to slightly blow dry just because it's cold, and I'm going to use warm only for maybe 20 minutes, and then I'll let my hair like air dry the rest of the way. I'm not going to let it be this damp. Okay, I'm back. My hair is slightly still damp, not that dry, but you can see, hopefully you can see this. So before we had just my natural hair color, and my hope was to kind of lighten a good portion of it to a brown, so it's not like black blonde, as we're going from like a black to the blonde. So from afar, it's still, you can tell that it's not as light. I mean, yeah, not as light, but it's not like, you know, not like before. So yeah, that's it. I can finally rest because this is like a 6-hour process. Actually, let's see. Well, no. I started around 11. It's 2:30ish now, so took a long time. But anywho, we're done. I have linked all the products that I've used in the description. If you have any questions, let me know. Please be aware, I am not a hairstylist, so you know, I'll answer questions based off of what I do. Definitely go to a professional. I have just been playing around with my hair my whole life, so I feel comfortable bleaching my hair at home. If you do not feel comfortable bleaching your hair at home, definitely seek a professional or just do a lot of research before you do anything. So, but if you have questions, I will try to answer them as best as I can. Bye.